Pola, two football stars who are very. Now, Schiedenhelm was out last year, so you may not remember this, but Schiedenhelm 2 years ago, a very fine wrestler. Great football player in the Unidome. You'll remember these guys. Maybe not Mediapolis this year, but Holloway, their best player.
Oh,
take a look at this. If you wanted to sculpt and chisel and draw up the best looking wrestler you could do it, I'd bet on Holloway. He looks the part, and he's a returning state champion. Mix that in. He got second as a sophomore. Tough kid.
And on mat 4, Riley Haskin, Dubuque Wahlert, Joe Teague from Algona.
Teague tough, long time. He's senior in Algona, once beaten this year. One of Algona, the last few years, they've had a few good wrestlers, a pretty good team. He's been right there leading the way.
Mark, you got to sit back every once in a while, revamp where you are, and find out who's who.
I know.
It's amazing.
I'm looking down at my sheet, trying to. I'm actually looking at watching this match over here on mat number 4 between Haskin and Dubuque Wahlert and Teague of Algona. Teague out right away with a really nice takedown, but these guys are some athletes. Talk about football players. I don't know what these guys' backgrounds are, but I'm sure that
any coach would like to have these two young men.
For sure.
182 semifinal.
And every now and then I catch myself, even though they're not on TV. A lot of viewers don't know that we got a lot of wrestling going on in the end mats as well too. A lot of the consolation matches where these are the matches where you become, a state medalist or not. So these are big matches for these kids.
Teague and Haskin ranked number 2 and 3 most of the year. Of course, Riley Haskin, he lost to Holloway in the districts and the sectionals, so pretty tough task there. But if he wins, he might get another shot at him.
Sanchez of Grinnell gets a 1-point escape at the end of the second period, right at the end of the period too. Not something West Delaware's coaches wanted to see.
That's mat 3.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, mat 3.
I think it's mat 3. I'm keeping
Sanchez 3-1. Yeah, mat 3.
Sorensen and Baumler coming down to the end here on mat 6. Baumler holding on to that 5-4 lead.
Teague taking a 2-0 lead through the first period into the second period on Riley Haskin. Dubuque Wahlert. Teague, of course, from Algona. Teague was 4th place last year at 182. Haskin finished 5th. Under a minute with Baumler. Sorensen, 6'3" Baumler.
Mat 5 is.
It's like Holloway and Schiedenhelm find themselves under the table.
Under the table.
It's a couple of times they've went into some technology. They almost knocked the clock over earlier. These two guys getting it after, and they're just a magnet over that way.
30 seconds go here on mat number 6.
Quick takedown by Holloway.
It's Balmer, North Fayette Valley. Working on getting another takedown over Sorensen of Forest City. Again, the winner of this match here will take on Holschlag of LaPorte City Union.
And we're looking at mat 6. It's your bottom right corner.
Yeah, look at Balmer. I mean,
just keep working, isn't he?
He's ahead 6-3, and you'd think he'd be the one that was behind.
And instead of backing away, and
he's staying on the attack. The more you're in on someone else's legs, the less they're in on yours. And boy, there they are to the table over there again on mat number 5.
What do they have against that table?
I'm impressed with Baumler here to the end. His conditioning must be really good, Mark.
Staying on the attack. I just like that mentality. And, I can tell you right now, without seeing them two wrestle before, he's not going to take a back seat to Holschlag just because he's defending state champ. He's going to wrestle him to the end.
So nice job by Baumler of North Fayette Valley getting the big win there, 6-3 over Sorensen to advance to the finals at 170 pounds. That was also a 2 versus 3. in that one.
Right now, get any large original or flatbread sausage pizza for only $10. Casey's, famous for pizza.
You should see my bank. It can do awesome things. Mom says it's just like the Four Seasons. Always there. Helping communities grow and be a better place to live and work. All because my bank lives here too.
Live Iowa, work Iowa, bank Iowa. Member FDIC.
Okay, so our official titles, the Northwest Bank Sports Desk out here. We're in the middle of, we're getting the end of 2A, and it just flows by, guys. We already have wrestlers in the 220 class coming out here, so we're getting to the end.
We do have some new matches. Of course, Holloway and Schiedenhelm are still on mat 5 at 195 pounds, but now joining the fray at 220. Caden Hewlett of Creston taking on Carter Isley of Albia. We still have Teague, a 2-to-1 leader over Riley Haskin on mat 4. Mat 5, as we mentioned, Stephen Holloway and Isaac Schiedenhelm. Now, the other semifinal at 195 is mat 6. That's Brad Scooble of Washington taking on Seth Maitland of Creston Orient-Maxburg. Scooble had the unfortunate task of going to sectionals and districts with Stephen Holloway, so he finished second both times. And oddly enough, last year, Holloway, sectionals and district, beat Carter Isley both times, and then they met in the final. Now this could happen again with Scooble and Holloway.
Right.
Very strange path.
If you missed it right before we went off there for the break there, it was Lamers of West Delaware winning over Sanchez of Grinnell. I believe that score was 3-2, but Lamers did win that one.
Yes.
Undefeated, stays undefeated. Number 1 goes to the finals from West Delaware, Manchester.
All right, going into the third period over there now. Holloway and
that's a tough one.
Schiedenhelm. Holloway's choice. He chooses down.
Holloway, of course, a senior, will be going for his second state title if he can advance here.
Scooble, Washington, was looking for a takedown the end of the period, though. Still 0 after 1. More football players, Dave. Seth Maitland, a player on the Unidome.
Wow.
There we go. Look at Holloway work.
It's like it's been quiet.
Mat 5.
I could see that double coming from a mile away before it even happened right there, how he set that up. She's Holloway of Mediapolis just lowered his level as Schiedenhelm was coming into him, reaching, and just blew through him. Beautiful double leg. Boy, if we had a highlight reel of the state semifinals in Class 2A, that would lead the highlight reel so far.
Right there, Mat 5.
Sure.
Mat 5, about 30 seconds
a double leg.
And it was a quiet first period there, and then it just well, they kept throwing each other into the officials bench, but there's some power right there, 195 pounds.
Coach Cummings taught him that one.
Just a great job of lowering his level. I mean, it wasn't like he just went running into him. He lowered it and just exploded right through him, but used his hands, and he took Schiedenhelm right off his feet. Beautiful double leg takedown.
That truly looked like the freight train double leg. Like Jordan Burroughs coming at you.
Yeah.
5-0 Holloway.
Yeah, taking back control.
Hewlett and Isley trying to get underway here on mat 3. They only made it 29 seconds before stoppage. Hewlett at 220, you can see this is a big kid, obviously. His older brother, Keaton, you may remember as the state finalist champion, Keaton Hewlett. I've never seen bigger hands on a human being in my life. And Coach Frayne said, yeah, that worked to his advantage. You could not get to him. And this is a sophomore. Caden is a sophomore. following in his brother's footsteps. Pretty tough to live up to that, but he's doing well on his own. He's his own man.
Down there on mat number 4, it was Joe Teague winning over Riley Haskin of Dubuque Waller. Joe Teague of Algona will make the finals. He'll take on Lamers of West Delaware.
Some great matchups shaping up. The semifinals have been awesome. A little harder to track, but, but the finals are setting up nicely. Some great matchups. Holloway looking to get in there. It's under a minute, third period.
So coming up on mat 4 now will be Suntken from Hampton Dumont and Vanderstreek from Central Line George Little Rock.
Yep, now we're getting into the big boys.
220, mat 4.
As we were talking earlier on our broadcast, 3A though, I just really like watching this 220-pound division.
Yeah.
These guys are good all-around athletes. They're explosive. They go at it. Look at those guys.
Wow.
Minneapolis over there and Sheedenhelm. Holloway, Minneapolis, Sheedenhelm. Sheedenhelm fighting right to the end. Watch him. I mean, this match isn't over. There's 30 seconds left to go yet. And look at Sheedenhelm come at Holloway.
Wow. He's got some fight left in him.
I mean, this is what's hard. I want to watch the rest of this match, but if I do that, watch this 30 seconds, I'm going to miss 3 other great semifinal matches going on all at the same time, but I do not want to take my eyes off of this match over here. There's a stall warning against Holloway, Minneapolis. Sheedenhelm just coming at him, and look at this.
Boy, he's...
Another stall warning and a 2-point takedown. See? There's a lot of action in this last 30 seconds, even though...
That was a nice job by Sheedenhelm.
There's no...
Yeah, I know that Holloway wasn't really trying to do anything but get away, but he didn't let him. 5-4 isn't going to do it for him, but
that's why if you're Sheedenhelm, you know, you wish you could have that first period over where you started a little bit slow. 0-0 at the end of the first period. You want to make the most of every second out there on that mat.
You hear a lot of these coaches telling these guys as they walk off these mats, don't wait. Don't wait. You did that. You could have done that earlier. It was there the whole time. All of these sayings. Don't
Trust
wait.
in your conditioning. You got to know that you can go the full duration.
In the other semifinal in 195, we've got the same thing going on with Skubal and Maitland.
Skubal holding on to his 4-3 lead over Maitland.
Skubal out of Washington. Right?
Yeah, and you know his coach, Dave, Brent Van Wielden from Monroe. Who had a son up here earlier in the lighter weights. Didn't make it this far, but he's up and comer. Skubal, though, tough. Obviously, finishing second to Holloway in sectionals and districts. He's looking for a rematch.
See, same situation right here. We're at 17 seconds left, third period. Just like the match before on this mat with Baumler. You know, we've got Skubal up 4-3, and he's on the attack trying to take down Maitland of Creston right there on the edge. I mean, he's the one attacking and shooting, but there's a shot right there by Maitland of Creston. Now he's coming at him.
Got in, but
still wrestling hard to the end. 4 seconds to go. It looks like Brad Skubal from the Washington Demons
gonna hang on, maybe.
Gonna be a finalist. I think it's been a while since Washington has had a finalist.
I was just trying to think of that, and Fletcher Green was the last champion from Washington I can think of, a lighter weight guy a few years ago. Other than that, you haven't had a lot of coverage for Washington in the semis and the finals. Creston on mat 3 also. Now Seth Maitland just lost that one to Skubal, but Caden Hewlett is fighting with Carter Isley, a returning finalist. 2-0 Isley coming towards the end of the second.